Okay, so we're off on a 3-day trip onto the tiniest little island I've ever been. And I think it's going to be even smaller because the water is really high in this area and on this lake. So I think it's a good 3-4 feet higher than normal. And it's July, so the water should be going down, but it ain't. We've gotten a lot of rain lately. Hopefully not on this trip, but if we get rain, we'll deal with it. I'm hoping the island is not too small. I hope it's not underwater. I don't think it is. And anyways, I hope it's not too small. And I also hope that there's a spot for me to put my tent and to get a good camp out. If not, we'll find some other spot. We'll deal with it. We always do. It'll be okay. It's pretty windy here. We're out on the chop. We have some white caps going on here. Fortunately for me, I'm not too far from the spot. Can't see it yet, but I think it's just around the bend. And I think I should be protected a little bit, but it's still an island in the open, so I have a feeling it's going to be pretty windy. Okay, so I started to unpack. I'm checking out the site. It is tiny. I'm going to do a walk, see how many feet this island is, but it's small, and a good chunk of it that I remember from being here before is underwater, especially a lot of the low-lying areas. Actually, I was fishing off of them before. I remember that. So anyways, we've got lots of good spots up here. Unfortunately, not a lot of great spots to set up the tent. I believe I hammock camped here last, so it's going to be a little bit different, but hey, what are you going to do? There are a couple spots I'm going to have to take a look, so that'll be the first thing I do, is try to find a good spot for the tent. Tent isn't big, but I still need a good spot that's at least flat. There are a couple of options really close to the fire pit. There's already an established fire pit here, so I'm not going to make my own. Lots of rocks, stones on it, so that's good. I won't have to adjust that, but I will have to find a spot. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We always do. Come on, let's go. Come on. So this is one option right here. It's fairly flat, so not too bad. However, like I said, it's pretty damn close to the campfire. So I'll have to figure that out. Another spot over there, but that's even closer to the campfire. So I'll have to figure that out. I'm sure we'll be okay. Not really an option over here. No, it really slopes down. Like I said, there were a couple other flat spots, but they're all taken by the water. They'll be back in the fall, but not right now. So, gotta fix this fire pit too. It's seen better days. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. That's the spot right there, possibly in front of me, and maybe right here where I'm standing. Actually, yeah, that's not bad. We're a good distance away from the fire pit. Problem is the wind is blowing right towards me here, so even if I was closer to the fire pit on that flat piece over there, you know, who knows how the ambers are gonna jump all over me. All right, enough talking, more working. Okay, so I'm pretty much set up the tent. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna throw everything in there, set up my sleeping pads, sleeping bag, using a cot today, gonna set that up. And then later on, I'll put the fly on. Kind of like to do that. It's kind of hot, so when you put the fly on, everything gets really hot in there. So you have the option of taking the fly off. You can do that, but why put the fly on now when I can put it on later? Of course, famous last words. Gonna run out of time later. Anyways, there we go. Not sure if I mentioned this cot before, but it's been a cot I've used a couple times this year. Pretty good. Of course, when I do hammock camping, I don't need a cot, but this is pretty good. I find it a lot better than air mattress. Now with my old bones, I find that it does a better job keeping me comfortable. And this one is very, very lightweight. It's a little bit big, as you can see, but very, very lightweight. So if you have the space, I'm not doing any portaging today, so why not, you know? There we go. Took me 4.5 minutes in total. We're good to go. Like I said, most people under 3, but for me, I'm special. Oh yeah. The bag's flying away. There you go. Testing out a new rod. Broke mine last time. I bought a new one. I'm hoping for better results. It's the rod, right? It's not me. Am I right? And I just lost the lure. What the hell happened there? That's what happens when I fish. Oh man. Okay, I'm not crapping you here. I've had 4 casts and I've lost 2 lures. One, the whole thing just ripped right off the line, which I don't know. One, I got stuck. That's on me. I think it's the fishing gods trying to tell me that today's not my day. We'll see. Caught one. All right, it's a little smallie, I think. Let's get him back in. He's been out of the water for a while. Oh! Okay, so I got the hammock set up. Not very well, but I'm not sleeping in it, so should be okay. Trying to find 2 trees that are close enough together, also close enough maybe I can enjoy the campfire with the hammock. Might fall, not gonna lie to you. If you get it on camera, then enjoy it. Hopefully I don't fall because there's some big rocks underneath me. Anyways, got the fire going, cut up some wood. I might have to go back tomorrow to get a little bit more wood, but for tonight I'm definitely good. Got plenty of wood. Got some hardwood too, which is good. Took a little bit extra time to find it on the mainland. Nothing on this little island. Anyways, got the fire going. We're doing ribs tonight. I've never done ribs over the campfire, so I'll probably burn them, not gonna lie. But we'll give it a try. While I was getting the fire going, get the fire started and let it die down a bit, I did a little fishing and I caught a smallmouth. It wasn't very big. Tried to get him back in the water as quickly as possible, not keeping him or anything. All good, I didn't get skunked, and hopefully I can do a little bit more fishing tonight. Where I went looking for firewood, there looks like there's a couple spots on the mainland that might be good. So we'll give that a test. But so far it's so good. I don't mind having a small little island like this. It's an island all to yourself. Got enough space for my tent, have a nice campfire, can set up a hammock. All good. Dave, not too bad for old Dave. Dave doesn't need a lot, so that's good. The clouds have moved in, which kind of sucks. I was hoping to have clear skies tonight, so look at the stars, but oh well, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's get this fire dying down and get the ribs on. Can't wait. Oh, the weather is perfect. It's like not too hot. Just warm enough. A little bit of a breeze, so the bugs haven't been bagged yet. Although the breeze is dying down, so I'm a little worried what's going to happen tonight. But for the most part, I think we're okay. It's weird, right? You paddle here, headwind, of course, strong winds, a little bit of white caps. Try to hide behind the islands and the mainland. But once you got on the open water, it was pretty bumpy out there. But when I got here, it wasn't too bad. But the wind picked up a little bit, but now it's dying down. So I think come nighttime, I think it's going to die down. Not too worried about the tent or anything. We're all good. Didn't set up the tarp. It's supposed to have chance of showers tomorrow night, so I might set up the tarp just over the tents, just in case. It's good practice. Haven't set up the tent. I haven't set up the tarp in a while, so it's good practice to set it up. Hopefully, I don't need the tarp for the rain, but if it rains, then you got the tarp, right? It's all good. All good. So I've been asked pretty often, why do I always bring a grill with me? I don't always bring the grill with me, but if I'm canoe camping, I'm not portaging or doing a lot of stuff where I'm moving pretty quick, I'll bring the grill. It's a good tool to have. There are grills at this site here. Sometimes you don't know. If you're crown line camping, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes there's absolutely nothing, and you just deal with it. I wanted to do ribs, so I know I wanted them on the grill. Plus, I'm not going to lie to you, I've been camping with a bunch of guys. They don't really take care of those grills the best, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I think you do. Anyway, so that's why I bring it, just in case I need it. And sure enough, today I did need it. So I'm cooking these ribs, and then I have some rice to cook, and then we're good. Yep. Seagulls, weird. Of all the wildlife, seagulls. Hey, to each their own. Hey guys. Oh, turned out to be pretty good. I burnt the ribs a little bit, but not too bad. For the most part, it's pretty good. Just able to scrape off some of the rice. Pretty good. I don't do rice a lot in the backcountry. I'm not sure. Cooking rice can be a little bit messy, so that's why I don't do it as often. But you know what? Cleanup's pretty easy. The ribs are still a little hot, so we're gonna chow down some of this rice and then hit the ribs. And then I'm not sure. I'm running out of time. It's almost 9. Still bright out, but I'm running out of time. So we'll see. I might get in the boat. If not, I'll do some fishing from the shore, and then prep the fire for tonight. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. Haven't had much luck with the more open water, but there's a bit of a drop off this island, so that's where I've caught the so far I've had 4, and they've all been in this area, so I'm trying to find a little bit bigger ones. But oh well, not too bad for me. 4 fish, that's a record for me on one of these camping trips. So it's only the first day, so who knows. Don't normally wear hats when I'm camping, but I am now with the sun being so strong lately, and I'm getting sunburns on the top of my head. Getting old. Still got a full head of hair, but it's a little less thick, shall you say. So the hat it is. I have one of the bigger ones, but not a big fan. I prefer a cap. Anyways, the fishing was good today. I was pretty darn happy. Caught 4 fish in total, and I was only fishing for maybe about 45 minutes or so. I think that's my big problem, is I just don't fish long enough. I know for me, once I get to the campsite, I need to get my stuff done. I need to get my tent set up, or whatever, my tarp, whatever I'm sleeping under. I need to get that set up. I need to go get campfire wood. I need to make sure everything's good to go on the campsite, and then once I'm done, then I can do some fishing. So for me, I just don't put enough time in. I think most other people, they reward themselves with the fishing because they love it so much, and I do like it, but it's one of those things that I need to get all the other stuff done, and then I can do some fishing. So I need to put a little bit more effort into it, I think. Anyways, I'm looking forward to this trip because I do a lot of one-nighters just because my schedule doesn't really allow me to do a lot of bigger trips. I'm hoping to do a few longer trips come the fall. It's my favorite time to camp, so hoping to do that. I think this 3-day trip will be good. I find myself in a big rush all the time when I'm doing an overnighter, so that'll be good. Tomorrow I can just chill out. Going to do some more fishing. I got to get some more firewood, and I'm going to explore. There's a bunch of spots around here that I've never been before, so I'm hoping to do a little bit of exploring. There's a little bit of a cliff. I don't know if I can climb up and check it out. I like doing that, checking out the views, but we'll see. I don't think there's any paths or anything like that, so you pretty much have to bushwhack to get through, but that's okay. Yeah, not a problem at all. Anyways, it's pretty cloudy, so I'm not sure if the stars are going to come out. I was kind of hoping for that, but if it doesn't, that's okay. I'll sit by the fire for a little while and just enjoy it. It's crazy to think, exactly a year ago today, the whole place was under a fire ban. This whole area, I think pretty much the whole province, with all the wildfires and stuff, it was pretty bad. So that's fine. You can have a fire. That's not a big deal. I mentioned the water levels really high at this lake at this time of year, and we've gotten a lot of rain. So you know what? That's good. We kind of needed it. I think it was getting really, really dry, and it might change, right? The rest of July and August might be scorchers. You never know. But for now, this is good that you can have a campfire, and more importantly, no wildfires, no forest fires, because yeah, that was pretty wild last year. All right, so I'm gonna enjoy the fire and head to bed. Night. See you in the morning. Good morning. I did not sleep great. It got crazy windy overnight. It's still windy now. You can hear it now. Tent was shaking a little bit, and the waves were smashing up against the rocks. And the best was my friends, the seagulls. I don't know, at 4 o'clock they were just going crazy. I mean, I've never been awoken by seagulls before. I know that there's lots of seagulls out there, but when I'm camping in the backcountry, I rarely run into that many seagulls. So oh well. Anyways, I slept in. I woke up probably around 4. Couldn't get back to sleep, but then I slept back in, and I think it's like 7:30 now. So not too bad. Anyways, let's go check out the campsite, see if there's any damage from the wind. I put all my gear away, so I'm pretty confident that stuff didn't disappear, but who knows. And it might change my plans today. I was going to go for a long paddle and do some exploring, but we'll have to see. The waves sound pretty bad, so anyways, maybe we will be windbound. Who knows? Hopefully not. I really do want to do some exploring, some more fishing. But all right, let's get going. Good news is the hammock's still up for now. Oh. We're gonna blame the wind on my my hair. That's why my hair looks like this. Oh. At this point, the wind really started to pick up. My original plan was to start a small fire so that I can make pancakes and a little bit of coffee. I decided to skip the fire because the wind was just getting out of hand. Now, I've dealt with some really strong winds before, but I didn't want to take a chance with a fire today. I brought my small camp stove with me, so I was going to make some pancakes over the stove. But when I tried the frying pan, well, the frying pan was shaking from the wind, so my backup plan, as always, oatmeal. Good old oatmeal. At this point, I didn't even bother talking to the camera. The wind was just too strong and the audio was distorted. I got a pretty decent mic on my camera, but it didn't stand a chance, not in this wind. After breakfast, I hung out on the hammock for a bit, trying to decide on a new plan for the day. I really wanted to explore this lake a little bit more, and I also needed to get more firewood for dinner and for tonight's campfire. After watching a few other brave paddlers struggle out there on the lake, I decided I was going to stay on the island, at least until the wind died down a bit, so I was officially windbound on this tiny island. So what exactly do you do when you're windbound on a tiny island? Well, as it turned out, not much. So here were my choices. I could hang out with various large boulders on the island, perhaps even try the Captain Morgan stance, then maybe sit and watch the waves. Well, I tried that. I could try to look like a windblown model posing against this cool rock face. I don't think I'm model material. But hey, I tried. Then I tried my own version of Where's Waldo. I like to call it Dave's Not Here, man. Anyways, I'm hiding in the background. Can you find me? Look, here I am. Oh, let's play again. Can you spot me now? Of course you can. I'm awful at this, and I'm on a tiny island. There I am. One more time. Here I am. Oh, one more time, jumping out there. Yeah, there. This is not a great game. Also, because you're windbound for a couple hours, you'll probably have to go pee a dozen times because the sound of the waves crashing are making you want to go. Don't worry, I blurred out the shot so you don't have to watch me. After a solid nap and then my third coffee of the day, it was already 3 p.m. when I got a text from the family. My original plan was to get up early the next day and tear down camp and head home early so that I can take my daughter to one of her events. Well, it turned out that event is now earlier in the morning, so that would mean I would have to pack up, paddle out, and be on the road for 8 a.m. in the morning. Also, the weather wasn't looking good. The winds weren't going to die down, and now there was a risk of a thunderstorm. On the mainland, I saw 2 trees fall over from the wind, so I knew I had to be careful with the trees on this little island. Then if that wasn't enough, this happened. Yeah, my tripod and camera blew over from the wind. I tried to catch it, but it fell pretty hard and it damaged my lens. I was being so careful with it the entire trip. Anyways, I decided now was the time to pack up and head out one day early. The water was still pretty rough, but at least I would have a tailwind for me heading out, and if I left now, I would have plenty of daylight to get back to the car and head home. I really don't like leaving trips early, unless it's important, but when I add up all the factors, I think it was best to pack up and call it a day, or in this case, a trip. Anyways, I'm sorry I don't have more for you, and I really apologize, but if you made it this far, I really want to thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. So another little game I decided to play while you're windbound is how many steps is this island? Let's count. We're gonna go width and length. Everyone, go ahead and make your guess now. Go ahead. Yeah? I don't know what it's gonna be. Let's go find out. Okay, it was 65 feet long by the widest is 33 feet wide. Now, I tried to do my best. I didn't have a measuring tape with me. It's very unscientific, but that's me. I'm very unscientific. So hopefully that's accurate. I do notice some people in the background on their boats. They are very, very brave. I'm really hoping they're going to be okay.